what's going on? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Happy Friday to all of you non working, non grinding as ninjas. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful hot Friday today, right? I know some of y'all ready to get out and spend some money that you don't have, right? Come on in and tap into the chat, tap into the chat, tap into the chat. Y'all already seen the title, so y'all already understand or should understand what we're about to get into. I have a story for y'all that we're going to talk about. And this happened last night actually. So I think this is definitely be a very important conversation because the truth of the matter is a lot of men still don't get it. Corey, what's going on? Good morning. Top of the morning with it. A lot of men still don't get it. A lot of men are still lost, right? And don't worry, guys. I've been working. I've been working on a few things. Daco, what's going on? I've been working on a few things, so been getting a few kinks and stuff out the way. Um, the reason why, this past, week, this past year, what's going on? This past 2 weeks have kind of been slow on YouTube, but that's because I've been working on the back end, right? Working on a few things on the back end. So I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna get the Twitch together, get the Patreon together, get the what else? The locals together and all that stuff, the one-on-ones together and all that stuff. So took some time from YouTube, right, to focus on some of the back end stuff. So now we about to really back in. All right. Now we about to really back in. So for those of you who were asking about the one-on-ones are now available. The one-on-ones are now available. The link is in the description. You'll see a stand link. You'll see a stand link, and it'll go to my one-on-ones. It'll go to the Twitch. It'll go to the locals. It'll go to the Patreon. The stand link is in the description. So I will also send out a post. I'll also send out a post with that stand link so everybody can get it. Nobody can say, "Oh, I don't see it," or this, that, and the third. Link is in the description. If you want some one-on-ones, you're trying to get your life on track, career on track, mindset on track, body on track. Listen, that link is in the description, and you know, just so you know, ain't nothing for free. So don't hit me with the no, 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 no. I've been doing this for a good minute now, broski. I've been doing this for a good. Pay me my coins. Pay me my coins, broski. So if you're interested in that, you're tired of uh, going in the same loop, right? You've been in the same loop for years. You've been working at Wally World for years, Ninja. You've been at Jiffy Lube. You've been at Jiffy Lube for the past 2 years, Ninja, right? You've been at Family Dollar for years. When you gonna get your life right, right? Some of y'all scared to pay. Y'all scared. Y'all think y'all just gonna come into it. No, you're not that bright, sir. You're not that bright. All right. You're not that wise, right? You're not that knowledgeable. The books are not gonna help, sir. The books are not gonna help, right? You need somebody who has been there, done that, gained the experience, went through those things, right? Went through the trials and tribulations, right? You need to pay to skip the line, right? Many of y'all don't want to pay to skip the line. Sometimes you got to pay to skip the line. I'm willing to pay to skip the line. That's why I keep skipping the line, right? But the link is in the description. But anyway, I look a little cricket right here. Let's see. There we go. There we go. But y'all already seen the title. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and start off with the creed of the outlier because this is very important. This is very important with building your mindset, right? This is something that I created for those of you who don't know. Creed of the outlier. I walk alone because I was never meant to follow. I was born to build what others would imagine. They rejected me for my strength, envied me for my presence, and feared the truth in my voice. So they gossiped, mocked, tried to shrink me, but I didn't bend and I didn't fold and I won't start now. I do not chase the approval of the herd. I walk above it. I see through the mask and I speak with conviction forged in pain and clarity. Every betrayal to my soul, every lonely night built the calluses I now wear with pride. My mission is not optional. My legacy is non-negotiable, and my time is coming. I am built for this, and I will win. I want y'all to burn that into your scalps. Burn that into your scalps, man. But anyway, where's my coffee? Ah, I ain't got my coffee. Hold on, get my coffee real quick. Forgot my coffee, man. Anyway, we back. But y'all already seen the title. What's going on, everybody who just now tapping in? Make sure you come on in and hit that like button. It's gonna be a great Friday morning discussion. Go ahead and get your coffee ready. Go ahead and get your matcha, your green tea, right? For you alcoholics, go ahead and pour you up a you drinking on, right? Cartier said, "Where chat ninjas at?" See, what the thing is, since I've been a little slower on YouTube the past 2 weeks, it's gonna take a minute. There we go. It's gonna take a minute for YouTube to push me back out there in the algorithm, right? Because I've been slow a little bit, so the notifications are slow rolling out. Algorithm got to pick me back up, so that I'm not worried about that. We all good. We'll get there. We'll get there. But make sure y'all come on in and hit that like button. Come on in and tap into the chat. But many men still don't get it. Handsome barber, I work with the public, and the level of delusion I see with people is crazy. Don't know how people are still alive. I don't know either. You that one. I don't get it either. I don't get it either. I don't understand how people are alive. I know people. There are people who work full time. There are people who I know who work full time, and they always calling out of work. They call out of work 3 to 4 times a week. I swear to God. They call out of work like half the week, a quarter of the week. I'm like, bro, do y'all not have bills to pay? I'm sorry. Ninja, like, do y'all not have goals? Do y'all not have any kind of ambition? Like, how y'all calling out of work half of the week? Ninja, how are you calling out of work half of the week? Bro, I don't know how people are surviving. I'm assuming that these folks staying with mom and dad or something like that, and they don't have to worry about major bills. And I'm assuming that they probably have no children either, right? Nobody to be responsible for. Because I'm like, bro, how y'all calling out half of the week and like still out here eating, ninja? Or are they really eating, ninja? Are they really eating? Some of y'all only eat like once a week. I know this one dude. He's like, I only eat once. I only eat once a dang on day, right? I'm like, bro, no wonder you scrawny, ninja. Like, no wonder you look like you starving, ninja. But yeah, people out here, a lot of people out here calling out of work or don't work, still stay with mom and dad. And I'm not just talking about teens. I'm not talking about teens. I'm not talking about an 18-year-old. Like, you'll let a little 18-year-old slide. Okay, he 18. He still playing around. He at home, playing Call of Duty. Ninja, like, I get it, whatever. But I'm talking about 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32. I'm like, bro, who raised you ninjas? Like, bro, like people don't want to work, and it's a mix of things. Like, people don't want to. Not only do people not want to work, people are burnt out, right? People feel like they're headed nowhere fast, right? Yep, Blake Bradley, grown men acting like babies. Like, there's a lot of men out here who have no responsibilities at all, a lot of people in general, right? And what handsome Barber said, a lot of people out here delusional, both men and women. Both men and women are out here just delusional, right? And you can blame that on social media. You can blame that on our current, you know, uh, we gotta have it now society, instant gratification, right? They see a 17-year-old freaking forex, right, quote unquote forex trader driving around a Lamborghini, so they think, well, if he can get a Lamborghini, I should be able to get a Lamborghini tomorrow, bro. Not understanding that guy's parents, first of all, that guy's parents is two doctors, ninja. He got two doctors of the parents, right? They gave him some money so he could to fund his forex. They gave him $50,000 to fund his forex, ninja, and he just so happened to hit a lick, ninja. He lost 40,000 of it. He lost 40,000 of it, and he just so happened to hit big on that last 10,000, ninja. And now he started a whole social media. He started a whole forex dang on scheme, ninja. And now he's making a shit ton of money, getting you ninjas to sign up and getting other people to get them to sign up so he can make, bro. It's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing. But anyway, but yeah, y'all seen the title. Men still don't get it. And I'm going to talk about a conversation. I'm going to talk about a conversation that I had with a young guy yesterday, right? And bro, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I was having a conversation with this young guy. Well, first and foremost, there's a lot of guys out here who are craving. You can see it in their eyes, right? There's a lot of young men out here, and men in general, right? Craving the guidance, craving, somebody to give them some kind of direction, right? Because we don't have any masculine, we don't really have any masculine leaders. We don't. There is nobody to look up to, right? As love or hate people like Andrew Tate. They're not really uh leaders per se, right? They're gimmicks, right? As much as I agree with much of what Andrew Tate stands for and what he, says and how intellectual um he also has faults, right? He also has, a whole personality that you really can't get behind, right? Right, and you have other people who supposed to be leaders. Overall, there is no true masculine leaders, and the ones that these young guys do look up to, right? More of the toxic traits, the unfortunate traits, rather than the characteristics and the principles that got those, quote unquote leaders there in the first place, right? But there's a lot of guys who are just craving for that guidance. Young guy, right? I was talking to this young guy. He is 23 years old. 23 years old. And, I was eating lunch. And he was asking me, Moy, what's going on? Smash that like button. Moy, you got I hope you got my email, right? I haven't forgot about you. I just been, like I said earlier, I've been, working on the back end. I slowed down on the YouTube so I can work on the back end. But, we about to be back in action, Moy. So I got your email. We locked in. We locked in, Moy. Just give me a minute so I can get stuff together. But shouts out to Moy. Traditionally masculine men are at the JUCO because we care about our meat. Shouts out to Moy. Shouts out to Moy. He said, because we care about our meat, money, energy, attention, and time. Money, energy, attention, and time. Right? We got to go ahead and give, our hats off. Ninja, I ain't got no haircut. I got to get a haircut. Got to go ahead and give our hats off, toots our hats out to Coach Alini, right? To Coach Greg Adams, the coach, right? For the meat, money, energy, attention, and time, right? But I was talking to this young guy, and I was eating lunch, and he was just asking me about meal prep. He was asking me about the gym and all that stuff. When young guys see me, right? I appreciate that more. When young guys see me, when men see me in general, they want to know, because I just, you know, I am disciplined. I look disciplined. I carry myself a certain way. And, I have that aura. I have that aura, right? And men gravitate towards that. So, he was started getting asking me questions and was like, bro, how do you like, because he was just like, what, what created your discipline? Right? What created your discipline? And that's when I got to talking about, well, I went to the military. I went to the military because I felt like I needed, more guidance. I felt like I needed more discipline. Something was just telling me I needed more. I needed more structure, right? And unfortunately, he wanted to go to the military, but he can't because he has a heart condition, and he also something's going on with his feet. I forgot what he said, but something's going on with his feet that automatically disqualifies him from the military. So he can't go to the military, which he wanted to because he feels like he need that discipline as well. But here's the main thing right here. Here's the main thing. So I was because he basically he's basically telling me that he needs something to give him motivation, right? Me personally, because everybody's not built like me. I'm my own source, right? I'm my own source, right? I drive me, right? I drive myself, right? Sure, there may be some outside things that drive me to go get more money, want to live a better life, right? Like, I may see a beautiful woman. I'm like, yeah, yeah, let me go to work. Let me go put in 11 hours. And then just like, I need some more money. I want to be able to afford that right there. Or I may see somebody pull up in a car that I want. I'm like, yeah, let me get back to work, right? Let me get back to work. But I'm my own source, right? I motivate me. Me motivate me, right? So I don't really need any outside forces or outside to really give me that to get me up and get me up to grind, right? I've been doing this for a minute. I've been in the gym. I've been consistent. I've been disciplined for a long time, right? So it's kind of like habit. Do I slip? Do I slip a lot of times? Of course, right? But this it's not about not slipping, right? You're gonna slip. It's just about how fast can you react to get back up, right? More says you got to be your own motivation out here, exactly, right? But here's what it is. Here's what it is. The main thing about him is he has no motivation and he just looks drained. And I knew exactly what it was. I knew exactly what it was. I told him, I was like, I looked him straight in his eyes. I was like, you got a girlfriend, don't you? It's like, you got a girlfriend, don't you? He was like, yeah. And this is what I told him. I was like, at 23, I was like, at 23, bro, you're not a source yet. You're not a source of energy, right? To where you can keep creating, you can keep creating your own energy, right? So you having a girlfriend, you having a quote unquote a responsibility is draining you because you haven't yet found out how to create your own energy to get out here and master creation, right? Not just for yourself, but possible offspring, possible wife or whatever, right? You haven't mastered that yet. So now you're what you don't have, right? And I was like, you need to dump her. That's what I straight up told him. I was like, you need to dump her. You need to dump her. She's just a girlfriend. You need to dump her. You're not where you supposed to be at yet. Right? You need to dump her. Right? You gotta pull that card. You're not there yet. But then he hit me with this. He hit me with dang. He was like, dang, I can't. I was like, what you mean? Why you can't? I know it's a hard choice, but you're 23, bro. Like, you have a lot of work to do. He was like, we're engaged. He was like, we're engaged, and I was like, I looked at him like, bro, bro, you messed up. I get it. Now, engagement. Now, if it's just a girlfriend. Okay, but now you committed to the engagement. Now that makes it extremely difficult. That makes it extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. So now but they have no kids. No kids though. No kids. But he's engaged, and I'm like, bro, you made a mistake. You made a mistake. And not saying, yeah, 23, 23, and not saying that she's a bad or anything. I don't know anything about her, but I'm talking to him, and at 23, because I remember at 23 is when I really started to come into more awakening. Like I'm starting to actually see things for what they are. I'm still learning, but I'm actually starting to see things for what they are. Seeing women for who they are, starting for what it is, and he's just now like he's starting to become aware of what's going on, and I told him he agreed. I was like, you fucked up, right? He's like, yeah, I know. I know. I was like, that's what's draining you. What's draining him is the future responsibility. That's what's draining him. What's draining him is the responsibility and the accountability that he now has to come into, right, for this woman, right? And he doesn't make enough, right? He doesn't make enough. Right. I told him, I was like, he said he works around, he works 6 or 7 hours, I mean, not 6 or 7 hours. He works 6 or 7 days and he tried to get up to like 60 hours. Right. That's cool and all. That's cool and all, but he doesn't make enough hourly. Right. He's not even getting paid. I don't think he's getting paid what he's barely getting paid $16 an hour. $16 an hour, right? $16 an hour or something like that. Working 60 hours? No. No. The only time you the only time you need to be working 60 hours, putting in that much time, right? If you getting paid upwards to like, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So when that overtime hit, you getting crazy money. Yep, smash that like button, right? Peaches are not the end and all be on. Dudes need to really go, right? And this is the main conversation that I broke down to him, right? Speaking on that more, this is the main conversation I broke down to him, and he's realizing that he messed up because now that he's committed to act, right? Now that he's committed to act, now he's coming to realization like, dang, because once you get tied down with a woman, now that's when men really start to understand like this, I need that. Think I'm not making enough. I'm not. So it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. But now he's hyper aware now, right? And this is what he told me. This is what I told him. I was like, did you want to do this or did she want to do this? And y'all already know the answer to this. Y'all already know the answer to this. I said, did you want to do this or did she want to do this? He was like, I was kind of forced into it. I was like, voila. Voila. There we go. You knew that you weren't ready. You knew that you weren't ready, but you were not in a place of leverage. You weren't in a place of leverage. You options, right? You were in a place of lack and still is in a place of lack. So he made a decision based on being in lack, right? He felt like he needed her. Cartier said, no sympathy for these ninjas. He felt like he needed her, right? And we've all been there. I'm not even faulting him for it, right? Because what you don't know, you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know, right? I mean, at 23, I mean, what did any of us know? Everybody didn't come into knowledge at 23, right? So you can't all the way fault them, right? If you don't have the guidance, you don't have the guidance. Men still don't know this. Men still don't know this, and they 40 something years old. I remember this one 40. I remember this. I'm gonna get back to the story, but I remember this one 40-year-old guy. Well, these two 40-year-old guys. They was talking about one of the guys had got a divorce. He was like, man, don't worry about her. Don't worry about her. He's like, don't worry about her. Just get another wife. And I was like, Ninja, what? You want this ninja to make the same mistake? I was like, you got dang on uh what generation? Gen Xers? Like, what the fuck? This nigga just got divorced to Kingdom Come, and you telling him to get another one in this state of affairs? Like, nigga, you are crazy. Ruth says, I blame women. We have made it seem like men need us and portray ourselves as goddesses. Women need men. Do women need men? Women don't need men no more. Times have changed. Women don't need men like that. Moore says, damn, these dudes spending all that money on wives and fiance when you could get lesbian threesome every day from Juku for less cost. LOLs. Dudes are nuts. Yeah, but like I said, you don't know until you know, right? I didn't know until I knew, right? I'm not exempt. I didn't come into knowledge until I came into it. But back to the story, he realized he made a mistake and he admitted that, he wasn't ready for it. But of course, culture and, family and stuff like that, they'll push it on you. They'll push it on men all day, right? They'll push it on men all day. Oh, you need to make an honest woman out of that girl. You need to make her an honest woman, right? You need to marry her, right? You need to marry her, right? Y'all sitting up here, shacking up, ninja. Y'all sitting up here shacking up, ninja. Y'all up here banging it out, ninja. Right? I hear y'all downstairs. I hear y'all downstairs every night. That bed be moving. Headboards be bumping. You need to go ahead and put a ring on her finger. You need to do what God intended for you to do. Ninja. Like, God said, ninja, God said that thou shall not. Like, God said that thou not shall, ninja. He said that you need to marry her. That's what he said, ninja. Like, that's what he said. Like, bro. So men get caught up in culture. The family will push for that as well, and that's what he got caught up in, right? So now he's in a predicament. Like, he's realizing, like, dang, I'm not even ready for this, right? And God sit back and watch her take half. You be like, God, like, you told me that, ninja, I ain't tell you nothing. God, like, I didn't tell you nothing, ninja. I said, ninja, I gave you the good book, ninja. Now the rest of it is I don't know what y'all got. I don't know what y'all got going on down there. I intended for it to be like this, but you ninjas down there acting up. So, ninja, listen, I tried to help, ninja. I tried to help, ninja. We'll talk about it when you get up here, ninja. We'll talk about it when you get up here. Like, but yeah, you get now he's realizing, like, bro, I messed up because he's not where he want to be. Then I start breaking down the game to him, really start spitting to him. I'm like, bro, like, listen, I just started spitting to him, like, hey, Dominican Republic this, and bro, I was telling him how I'm 29 and I'm just now coming into certain money and certain skill sets, certain mindset, certain building processes, that I'm doing right now. I told him it takes time, right? And I'm still not where I want to be, but we're gonna get there. But I said, bro, it takes time. But you haven't, because everybody doesn't have the capacity to, one, take on a woman, family, and grind and get out here and grind and become the best possible versions of themselves with a woman attached to them. Everybody can't do it, right? Everybody can't do it. It's not for everybody, right? Many men, once they get attached to a woman and kids come along and all of that stuff, that's it. They died right then, right? They died right then. That's it. Most men die when they get a wife and kids. Most men die. right? And women have their whole phase, fellas. We have our JUCO phase. JUCO's for forever. That's not a phase, ninja. And once you get there, you'll definitely find more places to further yourself. Exactly. Exactly. So at 23, he's nowhere near. He's nowhere near breaking the stratosphere, ninja. He's nowhere near breaking the stratosphere. Nowhere near. And I can see, bro. Like that's why I say y'all have to be in my shoes to see a lot of the stuff that I see and I come across, bro. You can see the pain in his eyes, bro, because he desperately wants to be. He wants to be like, that guy. He wants to be that guy, and his spirit is just he's just craving for that guidance. Like, dang, how do I maneuver this? How do I maneuver that? And I told him, I was like, you could just be a straight up savage. I told him, I was like, you could be a straight up savage. Now, if there were kids involved, I wouldn't tell him to do that. Right now, if it's kids involved, I told him like, nah. If it's kids involved, you kind of you stuck like Chuck because you want to give the kids the best possible scenario. Even though sometimes you still may have to cut the cord because you may be dealing with a unruly woman. But I told him, I was like, bro, you have no kids involved. You 23, y'all the same age or whatnot. I was like, bro, you could be a savage and just still cut it. Chadwick, what's going on? But I told him, I was like, you could just still be a savage and still just cut it. You could still just cut the cord, right? But then that's going to be one of the most difficult decisions because, like I said, he has you got the family on both sides, and they're pushing forward and all this stuff. He has history with her, and of course he love her, right? That's the only piece of booty he getting. Probably the only piece of booty he know. Right? He don't know nothing else. That's the only booty he know. And I told him straight up, I was like, yeah, it's easy. It's easy to be like, oh, I got this at home punani. I got this at home punani. I get to go back home and beat it up and all that type stuff. So with men like that, it's easy for them to get caught up into the matrix, basically. It's easy for them to get caught up in the matrix. So that's what I told him. I was like, you caught up, bro. You caught up, broski. You caught up. She got you caught up. Right? She putting that thing on you, and it's probably mediocre too. It's probably mediocre. That's the only thing he know. So he ain't never experienced the God 3000. He ain't never experienced the God 3000. He just got the God. He got the God. It ain't even the God. It's the God. Right? He ain't even got the whole God. He just used to the God. But that's what a lot of men go through. Right? They and I told him this too. I was like, you cashed a check. I was like, you cashed your check before you got the check. And many of us men have done it. You cashed the check before you got the check. And at 23, you have no check. So you wrote a blank check that you didn't have. Right? Your check is bounced, Ninja. I told him, your check is bounced. You don't have it. You don't have it. So now that everybody is pushing for this marriage, now you stuck like Chuck. And I was like, before you know it, now she's gonna be pregnant. Now she's gonna be pregnant. And I was like, then you have another dependent. You have another dependent that you have to worry about. And once children come into it, the game has changed for forever. The game has changed for forever. Once children come into it. So I was like, you better off being a savage, just bro, like, I don't know, claim insanity, ninja. I don't know what you need to do. Claim insanity. You losing your mind, ninja. You losing your mind. Claim insanity, right? And cut it off. Cut the engagement off. But a lot of men don't have the cojones. They don't have the cojones to do it. They don't. Right? And at 23, come on now. You can't even handle, bro. The anywhere between 18 and 18 and 26, the guys of the similar age, they cannot handle those women at all. They can't handle it. Blake Bradley says, confront that bitch. He ain't gonna do it though, right? And he wants to be that guy because I get to telling him like, bro, like now that I'm where I am right now, bro, like it's like women's galore, bro. It's like women's galore. I've never had this many. I've never had the amount of women throwing themselves at me, like back then versus now. Like they can smell it on you. Like, yeah, that ninja smell. He smell like he's going somewhere, ninja. He smell like bro. They know when you're going somewhere. They can smell it on you, bro. It's they smell the aura. They smell the aura in the air. They smell it. They smell the aura on you, ninja, and they also they smell the Dolce. They smell the Prada on you too. Like they smell it. They smell that you headed somewhere. They smell the discernment. They smell the discipline. They smell the masculinity. Right? They smell it. Right? So when you that guy, which a lot of guys are not, right? Unfortunately, a lot of guys are not. A lot of guys are beast made. A lot of guys today are beast made ass ninjas. Like that's just the facts. Right? A lot of men not built that way. So I had to respect the fact that he pulled me aside. He pulled me aside and he wanted insight. Like he wanted insight on his life. He wanted insight on my life. How do I do it? How do I get the discipline? How do I do this? Link is in the description. For those of you who want some insight, for those of you who want some guidance, link is in the description. It's the stand link. Once you hit that stand link, you will see the 101s. Once you hit the stand link, you'll see the 101s. Yes, you have to pay for the 101s, you broke ass ninjas. And it's for an hour. It's for an hour. You want to talk to me? And you'll see the price right there. It hit you dead in the face. Boom. Yes, sir. So if you want some guidance, some real guidance, some real deal, holy feel, yes, hit that link in the description. Patreon and locals. Patreon and locals as well. Patreon and locals as well. Shouts out to Moy. But it just because a lot of some guys they'll get on here and they'll be like, well, a minute, guys are waking up. Guys are waking up and they know this stuff, bro. Guys ain't doing a damn thing. There's only a select few of men who are actually waking up and discovering themselves and seeing things for what it are and moving appropriately. Yeah, more you can post, yeah, put it up there. Guys actually more delusional out here than the females. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's crazy because these women are absolutely insane. To be real, most females are more aware than these dudes. Now, bro, completely aware. Completely aware. Bro, I be chatting with some of these 21-year-olds and they, bro, bro, I chat with some of these 21-year-old chicks, bro. Bro, they are light years. If we compared a 21-year-old woman and let's say a 23-year-old man, bro, she is blowing him out the water. Shouts out to Moy for posting that. She's blowing him out the water. Blowing him out the water. They're so up on game. They're so up on game. And then most of them they don't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with what they call brokies. They don't want to deal with brokies. They don't want to deal with men their age, right? But most men are just they dumb, bro. Most men ain't it. It just is what it is. Most men are weak. Most men are, beast made, right? Over emotional, right? Overly emotional. They got like female traits. They jealous, envious, all kinds of stuff, bro. They just bitch made. That's why I don't have friends, ninja. That's why I don't have friends. Cause most of them just like, bro. Like you don't even. I don't even want to deal with most men. Like I met more females who like I can be like, dang, like okay, I'll deal with her versus deal with a man like because even the older men too, they just bro, it's really sickening what men have turned into. It's really sickening. Jay says I got my interview coming up next week for a job. This will be my third stream. Oh, shouts out to Jay. Everybody clap it up. Everybody clap it up for Jay. Leveling up, bro. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to see. Jay says this will be my third stream of income. Shouts out to Jay. Right? Bro, it's no time. There's no time to be out here being soft. There's no time to be out here being soft. It is time to grind. Do or die. All or nothing. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be painful, but you got to do it. Especially if you got people that depend on you. I gotta feed people, ninja. Especially if you got people that depend on you, right? You gotta feed. You gotta feed yourself. Do you not matter? Like a lot of men, they've given up on themselves. They've given up, and you can tell when men have given up on themselves, right? You get fat, you get sloppy, right? You're not taking care of yourself, right? Not eating right. You start getting more into vices, alcohol, drugs, even fatty foods, because fatty food, all that stuff, that can be addictions too, right? That can be addictions too. Moore says weak men created a whole problem, so we got to be strong. Yeah, weak men created it, but you know it's far too late for all that now. It's far too late for all that. It's far too late. We long gone. We out of there now. But most men, they still don't get it. And will they ever get it? I don't know. I don't know. Will they ever get it? I don't know. But judging from the experience, that's not the first time I've talked. You know, I talk to young men all the time, younger men all the time, right? And you could tell they don't have that discernment, right? They get with the first thing smoking. And I told them, I was like, bro, you know what? Bro, you know what you could have had if you waited? I was like, let's say, and you know, I don't never, you know, try to sway somebody from marriage, right? If you want to do it, go ahead, bro. But I was like, first and foremost, if you were to get married, I don't recommend a man to get married until he's like 40, to be honest with you, right? With the cost of living nowadays and judging from the time that it takes for a man to really come into himself, come into money, get into, you know, peak building stage. I would say, bro, you're not supposed to get married until 40 as a man. But then even still, I told him like once you start building, once you start then you're gonna question everything in the first place. You're gonna question everything. Then you're gonna be like, well, do I really want to be married? Then you're gonna be like, maybe I don't want one. Maybe I want two, ninja. Maybe I want three. I may try 404, ninja. You know what? Maybe I'll take my talents to South Beach, ninja. Maybe I'll go overseas, ninja. Maybe I'll go to Colombia, get a girlfriend here. Go to Dominican Republic and get a girlfriend here. Maybe I'll go over to Thailand, knock up a chick. She can have my baby, but I keep her in Thailand and have a girlfriend in America. Ninja, you don't know, ninja. Cartier says 4 for 4 special. Right? Moore says my father started making good money in his late 30s and 40s. Men traditionally do not start families until 35. Right. That's how it's supposed to be. But dudes are getting locked up in contracts way too early. Ninja, you're not even getting the super max, ninja. You're not even getting the super max. You're not even getting a super max contract. They're not giving you a super max. You getting the bare bones contract, ninja. And then they're gonna put you, then you're gonna be a free agent in a few years. And I had to tell him too. I was like, bro, y'all 23 right now, but wait till 24, wait till 25, right? It's all good now. She's looking at you with googly eyes, ninja, like, oh. She's looking at you with googly eyes, right? She like this, ninja, like she all for you, ninja. This guy, I love him. I would never do anything to hurt him. I wouldn't cheat on him. Blah 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 blah, bitch. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like she looking at you with googly eyes. But then wait till that year go by. Okay, then that's when the conversation's gonna start happening, right? That's when the conversation's gonna start happening. She's gonna be like, babe, why don't you go here? You think you wanna go back to school? You think you wanna go back to school, Ninja? Like, maybe you should just get your associates. I'm not trying to push you or anything. Like, I know you work a lot. Maybe you should get your associates, right? You ever thought about going to trade school? Right? You ever thought about going to trade school? My dad knows a guy that knows a guy. My dad knows a guy that knows a guy. Then she start hitting you with those conversations. That's when it starts. Right? That's her looking for more. That's her practicing her hypergamy, right? Without actually monkey branching, ninja. Coco, what's going on? That's her practicing her hypergamy without monkey branching. Right? She's gonna hit you with the conversations. Right? Maybe you should go here. Maybe you should get this job. Maybe you should. Yeah, they do that early on because they're looking at you. They want you to level up. They want you to level up. Yeah, especially once they early on, early 20s, right? They want you. They're like, yeah, I'm willing to get with an ambitious man, right? Then another year go by, right? Then she starting to see all her friends. They're going out. They're taking pictures at Roof Chris Ninja. They taking pictures at they at the beaches, right? They in South Beach, Miami, and Las Vegas having a good old time, right? Having a good old time. And then she looking at these pictures, and she's like, man, we should go here, we should go there, and Ninja in your head, you like, I ain't got no money, and you like, bruh. The next thing you know, she walking by a ninja like me. And then I'm gonna get her nails and toes done, ninja. I'm gonna take her to the roof, Chris, ninja. I'm gonna take her to the roof, Chris. I'm gonna get her nails and toes done, and I'm gonna treat her. I'm gonna treat her how you should have been treating her, ninja. If you just waited, that's what I'm gonna do, ninja. Then after that, she's gonna invite me back to her place, ninja. She's gonna invite me back to her place, and guess what? I'm gonna pull that hair, ninja. And I'm gonna clap them cheeks. I'm gonna clap them cheeks, ninja. Then she gonna come back running to you, ninja, talking about she messed up. I made a mistake, ninja. All that bullshit. And I gave you the game already, ninja. I gave you the game. Dudes with more money than us, and they still don't know about the ease of the JUCO, but they still will go on foodie dates and get ghosted and spend $1,500 for no bonds. Yeah, yeah. I was talking to this one chick, right? And she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. 21, and they always talking about I've dated. I went on a date with this this dentist, this doctor, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. And basically, she did all of this, and you still on the street. Ain't nobody wiped you up. You still on the street, right? So the thing is, like a lot of these girls, they think they can do the bare right just because they pretty. And why do they think they can just get by on the bare minimum just because they pretty? Well, just like Moy just said, you got dudes taking them on dates, spending $1,500 and all that stuff. You're not even getting the cheeks in return. You're not even getting the cheeks in return. Ninja sending cash apps and Apple Pays, and you're not even getting the cheeks in return. Ninja, you're not even getting a shoulder. You're not even getting a shoulder rub, Ninja, a back rub, anything, a oily toilet, Ninja, a oily massage or anything, a neural massage. You're not even getting a massage, Ninja, bro. There are billions of beautiful women in the world. Do y'all not understand that? In 2025, us so-called tricks are actually the dudes not simping and spending less and getting buns exactly. understand. That's too much for them, boy. That's too much. That's too much for them. Don't blow their brains because these ninjas are already halfway. They already halfway about to check out in the first place. Now you don't want to give them too much. You don't want to give them too much, right? But these ninjas out here, they spending money and not even getting buns. And just because you have money doesn't mean you're not an idiot. Look at the CEO of that tech company, right? Who got caught at the Coldplay concert. Clearly this ninja's an idiot. He may be smart. He may be smart in the CEO world. He may be smart at running a company, but the ninja is an idiot. He's an idiot. A complete idiot. Right? You a CEO and you took your subordinate out in public, ninja. Like, bro, you could have saved your career, right? Saved your family if you just paid out a few $1,000s, ninja, to keep stuff on the low, right? Picked a way beautiful woman, a younger and more beautiful woman, right? She pop out at night, ninja. Right? You could have took her to a secluded spot, ninja. You could have flew out to another state, ninja. Right? Enjoyed your time in Florida or California, ninja. You could have flew anywhere, ninja. But your stupid ass, your stupid CEO ass chose to take your subordinate, that old wrinkly hag, ninja. You chose to take her to a Coldplay concert where you could possibly be seen. You are an idiot. Cartier says they business smart but stupid and real. Yeah, they business smart, bro. I met a lot of guys like that. They smart at their jobs, but when it comes to relationships, like street smarts, discernment, bro, these guys are idiots. He's an idiot. Bro, 500 grand a year and I'm renting the JUCO yearly. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, these dudes make too much money to make a stupid mistake like that. Then not only that, people picking on him because the chick, like, bro, because they both had to resign. They both resigned. Bro, you done lost your CEO status for an ugly hag. For an ugly hag. When you could have went real discreet, ninja. You could have went on, god dang seeking arrangements, ninja. You could have went on seeking, ninja, and you could have got you a fine little blonde, whatever you want, ninja. You want a blonde, you want a Latina, you like chocolate, ninja. You like chocolate, ninja. Right? You could have got anything you want, ninja. You could have got anything you want, but you wanted to go for your subordinate, that old of a hag, ninja. You could have you paying for the discreetness. You paying for secrecy. You could have hit her upside the head with a non-disclosure agreement, ninja. Like what, ninja? You could have hit her upside the head with a contract. Hey, listen, there, sign here, dot right here. Yep. You don't speak on this. You don't know me. I don't know you. That's how we moving. Right? Only text me. Only text me from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll hit you back. Let you know if we're going out. Right? Don't call me. I'll text you. Right? Could have hit her upside, bro. How, bro? You a CEO and you don't know how to, bro. You don't. You supposed to be business with everything. Bro, so many models you can have for that type of loot, bro. These are idiots, bro. That's why I said many. That's why the title says still don't get it. Come on now, somebody drop a super chat. I've been dropping game for almost an hour. Somebody drop a super chat. Men still don't get it. Men still don't get it. Make sure y'all hit that like button too. The like button free, ninja. The like button free. But you have from the highest of the highest of the high, right? Look at what I posted. What I posted in a chat earlier, not in the chat, but on my post. Right, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp retired this chick. Shannon Sharp essentially retired this chick. And then she's mid. Mid. If I go out bad, I'm gonna go out bad with the baddest. I swear to God. Going out bad. Shouts out to Moy for the super chat. You niggas pay attention. You niggas pay attention. Right? And I hope y'all saving y'all money for the one-on-ones because many of you ninjas need it. I know you ninjas need it. So if you can't super chat, ninja, ninja, you better save up for the one-on-ones, ninja, because because you're gonna pay for the one-on-ones. But Shannon Sharp got a mid chick, CEO mid chick. Bro, a lot of these guys are going out bad for mid. Reggie. Y'all smoking Reggie? Bro, if I'm going out bad, it's gonna be gas. She's gonna be smoking. Tap, can you do a members only live and a video about the importance of PMA or abundance mentality? Okay, I got you. Members only. Yep, need to do that. Kale's Reggie? Ninja's going out bad holding Reggie. If I'm going out bad, she's gonna be a smoke show. A smoke show. I don't even know how y'all feel. I get it. I mean, if she got some good assets, she talented, Ninja. She can join the team. Right? Not all the time. Not all the time are they the starting lineup. I get it. Not all the time you got the starting lineup. Sometimes the starting lineup they playing games. Sometimes the starting lineup, you know, I get it. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you gotta bring the bench players out on. Sometimes you gotta get the bench up, right? Sometimes the bench players end up turning to the superstars. I get it. I get it. Sometimes it's like that. Right? Sometimes the third string turns into the first string. Right? Moy says a mid chick pog is fine, but how you gonna be worth 100 million supposedly and you can't hit her up with 25 grand for the year? That's where he messed up at. This is why the JUCO doesn't like black dudes. Yeah, because dudes be trying to cheap out. Dudes be trying to cheap out. Be trying to cheap out. That's why wherever I go, Ninja, I'm tipping. I tip anywhere between 15 to 25% everywhere. If I'm at the bar, if I'm out to eat, all of it. Right? And that's why if you notice, boy, they usually depending on the caliber and all that stuff, depending on what you're dealing with, they usually only deal with either 35 or 40 and up. 35 and 40 and up. Especially when you're talking about African American. 35, because any younger than that, one probably don't have no money like that. Two, be playing games. Three, be trying to if they over on that side of the field, they try to pimp them out and all that type stuff. Right? So yeah. JC, what's going on? Only 20-year-olds the JUCO likes are wealthy Asian NYU students. Yeah, they have their preferences, but I get through all the time, Ninja. I get through all the time. I remember this one. I remember this one bad. Like she had to be like 30, maybe 33. Bad, freaking Latina, right? Body done up and all that stuff. She looked good, like ass like super duper soft, right? Super duper soft. Right? I'm telling y'all stuff that should be on the locals, right? But she straight up told me she was like, AA. I don't see AA. I'm like, dang, okay, whatever. And she was like, send me a picture, right? She was like, send me a picture. Do a selfie. Do a selfie. So I sent her a selfie, and she was like, okay, you're good. And boom, boom, boom. One thing led to another. It's really, it's levels to it, boy. It's levels to it. It's really not. See, the thing is, it's not that because a lot of dudes they be like, oh, these girls, some of these girls they be racist and they don't want to see AA. No, it's not that, Ninja. No, it's not that. It's not that. Is that they're trying to cut off a certain kind of like they're trying to cut off a certain type. They're trying to cut off a certain type. So they're trying to, like a ninja like me, I'm gonna slide through each and every time, ninja. How you doing? Look, you may not want to hear this, but I'm gonna slide through each and every time. Each and every time. But Pookie and them, yeah, them ninjas. I don't know about them. Cartier said, "Listen, Moore says it is what it is. Latinos don't have a bad rep for that, but we have a bad rep of being clingy or going overboard or being violent. Yeah, they just don't want cheap ass ninjas, no matter the race. LOL. And I can't blame. Yeah, I don't blame 'em. Once you see some of these ninjas, you're like, I understand, ninja. I understand. But you'll have certain women who don't see. Like I've seen it where I've seen no Mexicans before. I've seen no Guatemala. I've seen a range of stuff. I've seen a range of stuff. Right. Cardia said she sees chocolate sitting in the sunlight and was curious. I told y'all, Ninja, I don't have to do much, Ninja. Y'all don't be believing me, Ninja. If I could film this in secret, see, I can't film with the meta glasses. I can't film because they're gonna see the light, Ninja. I told y'all, Ninja, I don't have to do nothing. They come to me, Ninja. They come to me. I get everything. I get everything. I get everything. Yeah, that's because gangs. Oh well, yeah, it's just a range of stuff. I've seen a range of stuff. I've seen a range of stuff. Like you'll come across, like I said, you'll come across your no AA. I don't see it. I don't really see it like that. Like that. Most of the times, really, uh, you get what you get. Um, and honestly speaking, and this is the truth, even though it may say no AA, like let's say like a high end white girl or something like that. Even if it's a no AA, her boyfriend is probably AA. See, a lot of niggas don't know that. A lot of niggas don't know that. Like, even though it say no, I guarantee 7 times out of 10, her boyfriend is probably AA. That's a fact. says, when you're up in life, your friends get to know who you are. When you're down in life, you get to know who your friends are. It's tough out, yeah. My Wi-Fi's acting trippy. Well, get your Wi-Fi together. Moy says freestyle. I don't know why I said that. I said Moy says freestyle life. I don't know why I said that. Moy says these chicks just want stability. Yeah, at the end of the day, listen. If you're a man of principle, a man of stature, a man of anything, and this is just like many of y'all, like I said, many of y'all can't relate to me, but uh, like when it comes to uh, white women and some Latino women, but they'll straight up tell me they'll be like based on how you carry yourself, based on how you look, like not only are you attractive, you're in shape and all that stuff. They're like, I would, you're the type of black guy I would date. Like this is coming from women who've never dated a black guy, dealt with black guys before. They're like, but you ninja. They're like, you on the other hand, I like you. I've had plenty of situations like that. Where they'll straight up tell me like I've never dated a black guy, but like you are so hot and I love the way you carry yourself. I love like you're so well spoken, like oh my god, like we should do this. We should do this, ninja. We should do this. Been there. A lot of y'all can't relate. See, y'all think some of y'all think, oh, she don't like black guys. No, ninja, she don't like you, ninja. She don't like you, ninja, because when I poke my head around the corner, ninja, she gonna be like, "Hi, over here, Mr. Negro. Over here, Mr. Negro." When I poke my head around the corner, she gonna make it. She gonna make it to where ninja. She gonna make it to where she gonna put herself out there so I can see her, ninja. Way too many dudes not duty based and chicks know that and they don't like it. Yeah, that too. But then it creates this entire stuff though. So it's kind of a lose lose. You got dudes out here who ain't doing nothing. Then you got pretty girls out here who super entitled. A lot of pretty girls, to be honest with y'all, a lot of pretty girls have dealt and deal with high end men, but you also have a lot of pretty girls who don't either. They figure just because they're pretty, they figure just because they're pretty that they should be with a high end man. And I don't disagree with them. I don't disagree with them, right? Pretty girls go with men with money. That's how that's supposed to go. So I don't disagree. Not at all. But there are way more beautiful women than successful men. Many women have actually not dealt with righteous men or men of stature. Exactly. I know this. I know this already. Right? I'm knowing this already. That's why with me, I stick out like a sore thumb because I'm about that action. Right? I stand on principles. I stand for something. Headed places. Right? Then on top of that, the muscles and the attraction. That's just the icing on the cake, ninja. That's just the icing on the cake. Right? Not to toot my own horn, but that's just the icing on the cake. But when you're a man's man, right? They see it. I'm telling y'all, the aura, the energy is like with me. Like there's no woman, bro. There's no woman that I can't get. Just facts, bro. If I can't get her, she's probably out of my price range. That's it. But even still, then I know I could get her if my stature was higher. It's not because I'm a ugly duckling, and just not because ninja like I'm just a bomb or nothing. No, ninja is because I am not at that level. That's it. But most women I can get right, and I'm not even really a chaser like that. But most women 9 times out of 10. That's just how it is, ninja. Most women I can get. In the times of the dad body, it really does pay off to be in shape. In the times of America, where everybody is fat and sloppy, it is ninja. Yeah, I know the times have changed, but still, women always like power, no matter what they say. So best to always focus on you. You got, as long as you better than the rest, you goody in life. No matter what age, be top 20%. You goody. That's what I'm saying. Be top 20% in body, right? It'll help. It'll help. Everybody can't hit that genetic lottery, but it'll help if you're top 20% in height. It'll help if you're top 20% in looks, right? Like some dudes just hit the genetic lottery, man. I'm speaking too much, ain't I, boy? I'm speaking too much. I'm speaking too much. I'm speaking too much. I'm giving sauce on sauce on sauce, right? I need to do a stream. I need to do a stream where we just on here for hours. I need to do a stream where we, but I probably just do that. I'd probably just end up doing that for like a members. Y'all gonna have to sign. Y'all gonna hit that membership, but I'm gonna make you ninjas pay one way or another. You ninjas gonna pay for something, ninja. You gonna pay for the info. But I need to shut down the stream and just do a members only thing. When you see all the ugly dudes smashing, then you realize most dudes ain't shit. How many of these chicks say, "Wow"? How many of these chicks say, "Wow, you look so good, bro"? With me, see, like I said, my experience is different. My experience is different. If you've never, and not trying to throw you ninjas up under the bus, but if a woman has never told you, like, walked up to you and was like you are just so beautiful, like you're just so fine, like how are you this fine? I've had this not once, not twice, not tres ninja, not cuatro, not cinco ninja. I've had this on many occasions where women will go out their way and tell me you are like you're beautiful, like you look so good. Swear to God, a woman told me this the other day, last week. Like she straight up walked to me and was like, she did this. She was like you just look so freaking good. Swear, like women will stray away from me because they feel like I get whatever woman I want. I've had women straight up tell me like, I know you get a bunch of women. I don't even want to deal with you. I know you get a bunch of women. Like literally, like look at you. Yeah, bitch, look at me. Yeah, look at me. What's that song with what's that dude name that passed away? Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna blast that today. Matter of fact, I forgot his name. I'll figure it out. Once I type it in, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Yep, women have told me that as well. So more you know then. When I be up here, bro, I don't just be toot my own horn. Like I'm telling y'all real life stuff, bro. I tell y'all stuff. I tell y'all about stuff you maybe can relate, and I tell you about stuff that you can't relate. But you got to understand, like I see things from the other side. I see things from the other side, the other end of the other end of the field. Handsome men privilege, but it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse because it ostracizes you from the regular degular man. See, the thing is, with handsome man privilege, right? You may can have your way with the females, yeah, sure, but then you also have jealous females. You also have women who feel like, okay, he think he too good, bro. I come across so many people who think that I'm just full of myself, so they don't talk to me. They don't try to talk to me, interact with me until I actually show them that I'm actually humble. That I'm actually humble. But then with men, like you're not you're not gonna have too many friends. You're not gonna have too many friends. They'll have to be, really secure with themselves, which is rare, especially nowadays. Those guys would have to be very secure in themselves because almost 99% of the men that I come across, they can't handle my aura. They can't handle my looks. They can't handle like I'm a whole combo ninja. I'm a whole combination ninja. I got the height, I got the body. Like I'm a whole combination. I'm with these ninjas. Like, damn, I wish I had the height. I wish I was 6 feet plus ninja. I wish I had the body ninja. I wish I had the genetics. I wish I had the looks. So most men, when you try to interact with them, you see it all on their face. Like, look at this motherfucker right here, ninja. Look at this motherfucker right here. Look, man, he think he's at the bar last week. I was at Twin Peaks. Sitting up here chatting with dude next to me. This dude literally told me, swear to God, listen, I tell y'all the truth. Listen, he looked at me and was like, bro, what? He looked at me and was like, bro, why are you in here? he looked like, he was like, why? He was like, bro, why are you in here? He was like, because I had on a shirt. I had on a shirt like this too. I had on a shirt like this. And he was like, bro, you can have every single chick in here. Literally, he told me this. He was like, bro, you can have any. He was like, you can have any bitch in here. Why are you in here? Can I come in and get a drink and enjoy myself too? Can I come in here and get a drink and enjoy myself too? He was like, bro, you can have any chick. He was like, look at me. He was like, look at me. He was like, look at me. I'm all fat and sloppy. He was like, yeah, I got a little money, but they'll choose you. They'll choose you over me. I was like, bro, you don't understand my life, bro. Yeah, it can be that easy, but then again, it ain't that easy. JC says, A tap. You heard of the new T app? Yep. I downloaded it. I downloaded it. And I used a woman's face to get in. So I'm waiting on I'm waiting on the notification that I've been accepted. You can't get in unless they can verify that you're a woman. So many chicks ask me why I'm in a JUCO you're a handsome LOL and they don't know about handsome man's privilege. I've had that. I've had that happen too. I've had that happen too. Like literally, JUCO's like, why are you doing this? Like literally, like why are you doing this? Like, bitch, you worried about the wrong thing. Like, bitch, bend over, bitch. Like, I came here to get a nut. Like, bitch, why you asking me these questions? Why you asking me these questions? Does it matter? It's hard out here. It's hard out here, bitch. That's why. I miss the T app. I already answered that. But and the thing is too with being handsome, being good looking, bro, women it's all fine and dandy until the women they'll end up wanting to control you and lock you down. That's the thing too that people don't understand. They think like, oh, just all fine and dandy, you can just sleep with a bunch of women and all. It's not as cut and dry like that. A lot of women will hit you upside the head with the whole marriage thing. They'll hit you upside the head with the relationship thing, right? And it's not because they like, oh, he's a lame or he don't know nothing. It's not that. It's that they see you as either genetically superior or somebody who is stable. They see stability in you and all of that stuff. So they'll like, bro, these women will sleep with bombs. They will. They will sleep with bombs. And they will sleep with the good looking guys too. However, they will try to lock the good looking guy. Like if you tall, handsome, got a little change in your pocket, bro, they will try to lock you down. And they'll hit you with the, oh, I'm not like that, and I really want to be a wife, and I really want this, and I want 2 kids and the white picket fence. They'll try to hit you upside the head with that. But they try to hit you upside the head with that because they want to control your essence. They want to control your masculinity. They want to control your dominance, right? They know that you're dominant, right? Especially if you're a masculine guy. They know that you're dominant. They know this. So many times it's about subduing you and controlling you, like reeling you back in, right? Reeling you back in. Like, nah, I gotta lock this guy down. He's out here, like he's probably messing with all these women and stuff like that. Like, I gotta lock him in. I gotta basically damper his flame. Shouts out to JC. I'll see you later. It's about time for me to dip too. Yep. I've lost great women because I didn't want to be domesticated. They'll try to they'll domesticate you and everything. Right? And a lot of men don't understand. They don't understand this level of game. They don't understand this level of game. Ninja still out here. Ninja still out here. Ninja still out here getting forced into marriage, Ninja. Ninjas don't understand. They don't understand it all. But the game is so high level now, it's crazy. And women are not the same anymore. Women are not the same anymore. They don't go for the same okadoke that they used to. Like, yeah, you got a lot of out here, they're retarded and all that stuff, but bro, they've definitely smartened up. And they really don't even, to be honest, they really don't even care about sex like that. Right? They'll have it. They'll have it just to have it, right? But then, I mean, if you're not making them, if you're not making them skirt skirt, like if you're not putting in some work, right? Going downtown, and licking a gummy worm, ninja, not that gummy worm, the other gummy worm. Right? If you're not down there licking the gummy worm and making sure she get hers, ninja, most of y'all are just a waste of a body count anyway, right? Right? Most of y'all don't really have y'all got the right. Y'all don't have the Sasquatch, right? So y'all just in there, ninja, right? And then if you do have the Sasquatch, ninja, pause, no Diddy, ninja, you poking the back of her cervix, ninja, you don't even know how to use it, ninja. You can't do all that poking, ninja. Like, dang, right? Yeah, like trust and believe. I poke the back of it. You know what I'm saying? I poked the back of the thing. But you gotta get down there and put some work in. You gotta get down there and you get the tongue action, ninja. But that's too much for y'all. That's too much for YouTube. That's another thing. Even in JUCO, many of these chicks have not had good. That's what I'm saying. Nope. Most women view sex as a trade offering, but they don't really care for it. Nope. Now, do they enjoy it? Do they enjoy it more when it's good? Do they enjoy it? Do they like it? Absolutely. Do they want it? Absolutely. But most of y'all not giving it like that. Most women don't get good. They don't get it. They don't get good. Ding dong, ninja. They don't get good ding dong, right? Because most men are selfish. They're not lovers, right? They're not givers. They just want to get the nut, and that's it. So y'all just poking and stroking. She just laying there, right? And that's it. Unless you got the magic wand that creates the pond, ninja, then yeah. Yeah, most men are like jackrabbits out here. Yep. Ninja done in three seconds, ninja. Ninja done in 3 seconds. Then once you give once a real one comes around, once a real one comes around and give her the ninja, take you up and down, you say stop. And I'm going up and down till you say. Once a ninja get in there and give her that that maca root, ninja. Once a ninja get in there and give her that turmeric, ninja. Once a ninja get in there and give her that zinc, ninja. Once a ninja get in there and give her that that L-centraline ninja, stroking her to death for like 30 minutes, ninja. 45 minutes, ninja. And then you still at attention, attention. And you still at attention. You ready for a second? She like, oh no, bro. Oh no, bro. You guys to go. You guys to go. You got to hit the exit, ninja. You gotta hit the exit. Us hippies keep it so satisfying. Once you hit her with that boom, pow, boom, then you want to go a second round, ninja. You might not even get a call back, and not because you was horrible, but ninja, because she can't handle you. She can't handle all that. She was like, this ninja did it this way and that way and left and right, ninja. She was like, I ain't never had a ninja. I've never had this before. Chicks who do that, they're so used to basic. They're so, bro. Most of these chicks, beautiful or not, I'll tell y'all this before I get off, because don't let these chicks fool you. Most of these chicks are not getting the bag. Most of these chicks are not getting the bag. There's very few percentage of women who are getting the men with the bag. You got a mix of women getting their own bag. You got a mix of them there getting with higher end men and getting the bag from them. Very low percentage of women, even if they're beautiful. Most of these women are not getting in the bag, right? Most of these women are coming across average to below average men, right? And trying to force them to be the guy that they actually want, but most of these chicks are getting mediocre sex. Most of these chicks are getting mediocre men. Most of these chicks are getting fat sloppalopasauruses. Like, don't let them fool you out here, man. Don't let them fool you. Because yeah, she pretty, right? Yeah, she pretty. She carry herself right. But trust and believe, she's never dealt with a high quality man to that capacity. She hasn't. She hasn't. When I start talking my junk, when I start really speaking, right? When I'm putting her up on game intellectually, right? Start talking about different stuff, start talking about different restaurants. Oh, have you been here? Have you been there, bro? These chicks don't know bro. They don't even know what you talking about, man. I promise, bro. Take this is what I want you to do. See, this is the kind of game I should be. This is what That's what I should charge for. I'm gonna give y'all a little game, man. This is what I should be charging for. First of all, get your money up. That's always first and foremost. But take yourself out. Look up the 4 and 5 star restaurants in your city. Look up the 4 and 5 star restaurants in your city. Take yourself out. Go and get some nice clothes, right? Now, for you ninjas who like to wear baseball hats and dang on tank tops, ninja, I'm not talking to you. I don't know you. I don't associate with you ninjas. Okay? I don't associate with you ninjas. I'm talking about the ones who are about something, ninja, the ones who read and write at their age level, ninja. I'm not talking about you other ninjas, right? Go put on a nice button down, slacks, go find some loafers, right? Some Sperry's, ninja, right? A nice pair of jeans, button down, right? Make sure you go and get a haircut, ninja. Get everything lined up. Take yourself out. Go and find you a nice watch. A G-Shock will work, ninja. You ain't gotta go crazy on the watch. Get a nice G-Shock, nice black. Black goes with everything for the most part. Go and find you a nice black G-Shock. Find you a nice polo button down. Nice pair of jeans, right? Nice loafers. Sperry's. Sperry's pretty much go with everything. Khakis or jeans, right? Find your 4 star restaurants. Find your steakhouses. Find your hibachi spots. Find your Asian cuisine. Find your Indian food, depending on where y'all stay. Right, I stay in the city, so pretty much there's everything here. Right, take yourself out. Right, sit at the bar, ninja. Sit at the bar. Right, talk to the bartenders. Ask them, about this drink. What's your best drink with this cognac? What's your best drink with this vodka? Right? What's your best drink with this whiskey, right? So you can get up the game on your drinks, right? What's the number one drink that women order? Oh, lemon drops. Okay, right? What do the women like with this? Like, bro, just get in there, right? What's your best meal? What's your best meal on the menu, right? So then when you start talking to chicks before you even take them there, right? Yeah, you telling them, yeah, I order this, that, I get me a this martini with the olive on the side with the orange peel. She asks you, oh, what do you usually drink? You tell her, oh, I drink Woodford Reserve, fashion. And she's like, oh, what is that, ninja? Right? They put the cherry in it and peel an orange peel, throw it in there, ninja. Right? Don't no no don't baby don't hit me with the I need the ice ball. Put the ice ball in there. I don't want a bunch of ice in my drink. I don't want a bunch of ice in my drink. I want the ice ball. Right? I want the ice ball. Right? If you don't have the ice ball, don't no ice. Right? Do you get your drinks neat? How you get it? Do you get it straight, or do you like mixed drinks? Right? When you finally take her out, oh, I think she'll like the sushi with the green beans and like, I think she'll like the fillet. She don't like it too red, right? She no, don't do it medium rare. Do it medium, and we'll see how we. I'll send it back and have you guys cook it up to a higher temperature. Like, come on now. Dominicans love their loafers and their jeans and polo. Every man should have a blazer, at least. A woman is lucky if she meets three of these James Bond types in her world, bro. They don't, and this is why I can pull on pull on pull, because these guys, they don't exist. I am the delusion. I am the delusion, ninja. Right now, I'm not $1 million status yet. Now, of course, the athletes and them ninjas up there, they the real delusion. They the ones that really don't exist, right? But on this level right here, where I'm at, ninja, right here, on this level, ninja, at my age, ninja, I am the delusion. I'm the delusion because I'm the guy that they want, right? But they can't really have. I'm the guy that they want. The next guy up is like when you talk about. Well, then after that, you hit the doctors and attorneys, and then after that, then we talk about athletes and entertainers and all that. So I'm right there. I'm mid level, ninja. I'm mid level. They can't, bro. They're not getting doctors and stuff like that. Some of them can, but they're not. They're not getting them. Entertainers, they're not getting them. Some of them they get flown in and out, but they're not getting them. Even them, they're not taking them. They're not even knowledgeable on certain stuff. They're not taking them to different restaurants and stuff like that, or knowledgeable on certain things. They're not doing that, bro. So as far as attainable, right? If you're an attainable man, because there's levels to it clearly, right? Because I'm attainable, but we these rappers, musicians, rock stars, all those, they're not really attainable, right? You can fly them in and out. They know they can get flown in and out, but they're not really attainable. I'm attainable, and I'm at a level to where like I'm James Bond status, right? I know different things. They don't come across me, right? They don't come across guys like me, and they damn sure don't come across the entertainers and $1 million status. Come on now, don't let these girls fool you. Many of them are not dealing with. They're not dealing with high status men like that. They're not. Most wealthy guys are not like Andrew Tate and are boring. So a guy like Tap is fun for a chick because he is fun and has the James Bond Renaissance status. Bingo, bro. What's so funny is it's funny that you brought that up. The chick that I was talking about, she went up. She was with the doctor or whatever, and she was just like, he just so like he was just so boring, so bland, right? Yeah, he had money and stuff like that, but he was just so boring, so bland, and so like simpy, right? He was like ready to get married on the spot. Like he was just ready to marry her, right? She was just like, yeah, he was just like, he was just talking about marriage and kids, and I'm not ready for kids, and he was just trying to like put a ring on my finger and all that stuff. And but she was just like, yeah, he's like bland and kind of boring and all that stuff, bro. I'm telling you, right? If you have that real aura, if you have that real aura, bro, chicks will mess with you over a doctor. Chicks will mess with you over an attorney, right? Even if you may not have as much money as them, you have some money now. I got some money now. Right? I do pretty well for myself. I think I do pretty well for myself. I don't. I mean, I got a couple more notches to go up, but I do pretty well for myself, ninja. But it's real. It's real. I be giving y'all too much game, and too much game. Somebody should have been dropped. Somebody should have been dropped a super chat or signed up for the membership. But anyway, go ahead and get out of here because the ninja do have to go work at the main job, ninja. So we're gonna end this off with the creed of the outlier. I walk alone because I was never meant to follow. I was born to build, too weak to imagine, ninja. They rejected me for my strength, envied me for my presence, and feared the truth in my voice. So they gossiped, mocked, tried to shrink me, but I didn't bend, I didn't fold, and I won't start now. I do not chase the approval of the herd. I walk above it. I see through the mask and I speak with conviction for clarity. Every betrayal card focuses to my soul. Every lonely night built the calluses I now wear with pride. My mission is not optional. My legacy is non-negotiable. And my time is coming. I am built for this, and I will win. Shouts out to everybody that tuned in. Make sure you hit that. Make sure you check the stand link out. Check out the one-on-ones if that's something that you're interested in. Check out the locals. The locals you can join for free. You should be able to join the locals for free. The Patreon is up there too. Patreon is not free, but if you want to join the locals, talk about some crazy stuff over there on the locals, make sure you join over there. I mean, you will have to pay for the content over there on the locals, right? But yeah, make sure you hit that link. Make you check it out, see what you want to do, see what you like, whatever. But shouts out to everybody that tuned in. Shouts out to Moy. Shouts out to JC, Blake Bradley. Shouts out to everybody. Can't go through the whole dang on chat. Cartier. Everybody. And everybody that wasn't in the chat. Shouts out to all of y'all. And this definitely was an after pill. Peace.